Do you like magic? If you like that magic, wait till I show you these 7 Facebook hacks. All right, everyone. So like I said, this is Chris Record, and here's a quick overview of the 7 magic Facebook marketing tricks that I'm going to teach you here in this course. Facebook magic trick number 1, how to triple your Facebook engagement in 7 steps. In this module, I'll show you 7 ways that you can increase your Facebook engagement, which is known as your edge rank. And I'll show you how to be able to get more people commenting, more people liking and sharing and everything on your Facebook profile every time you post a status update in just 7 simple steps. Facebook magic trick number 2, how to create a custom newsfeed for your niche. Whether you're in the health and wellness niche or the fitness niche or the real estate niche, or maybe you're in the make money online niche, whatever niche you're in with your business, whether it's, your pet owners, or whether it's even something as simple as worm farming, it doesn't matter. There's content on Facebook related to your niche. I'm going to show you how to be able to create a custom newsfeed. So with a single click, all you see is a newsfeed full of content related to your niche. It's a little hack. Not many people know about it, and I'm excited to be able to share that with you. Facebook magic trick number 3, how to unlock your Facebook posts so you can add a call to action to them. See, a lot of people don't realize that after you make a post, you might want to add a call to action to it or edit your call to action. And a lot of these posts are locked down. Some of you may have experienced this, like, oh man, I wish I could go back and edit a post. For instance, if you place an ad to a post, you'll notice that the edit button just disappears. Well, guess what? I've got a Facebook magic trick to show you how to add that edit button right there in your post. Edit it as many times as you like. You're gonna love that one. Facebook magic trick number 4, how to customize your Facebook group chat conversations. Now, I don't know if a lot of you use Facebook group chat or not, but I'll tell you what, if you don't use it, you should be using it. This allows you to chat with multiple people at the same time, and I'll show you how to completely customize those conversations so that you can give them their own name, their own profile picture, and lots of other little customizations as well. This is going to help you stay completely organized with your Facebook group chat conversations. Okay, Facebook magic trick number 5, how to debug your posts and clear Facebook's cache. Now, a lot of you didn't even know this is happening, but when you post something to Facebook, Facebook basically caches the version the first time they see it. So if you have a website that changes a lot, Facebook's going to always show that first version. They're always going to show this old version, or they might cache a version of your post that just looks bad when it's shared on Facebook. I'm going to teach you how to make your Facebook posts pop. I'm going to show you how to make them pop right off the newsfeed, and I'm going to show you how if you make one simple change on your website, there's a little tool to use, and it's 100% free, that'll make your posts look beautiful on Facebook. It's called the debugger, and I can't wait to show it to you in Facebook magic trick number 5. All right, Facebook magic trick number 6, how to create custom friends lists and then create custom news feeds based on those lists. For example, I might want to create a custom news feed of just my customers. So let's say I launch a product. I could take all my customers and put them in their own news feed. So anytime that I want to spend time interacting with my customers, I can do so. Or maybe I want to create a second news feed just for my JVs. Or maybe I want to create another news feed just for people that I met at a recent event I attended. And another news feed just for my family. You can have as many custom news feeds as you want, and you can create friends lists to be able to keep them organized. I can't wait to show you that magic hack as well. And then Facebook magic trick number 7, how to reverse engineer and spy on Facebook advertisers. You see, when you see an ad in your newsfeed, you're just 2 clicks away from being able to learn a lot about them, exactly how they're targeting you, what keywords they're using, and you're going to be able to unearth magic keywords yourself to be able to market to, and you're going to be able to find out more about that advertiser and exactly how they're reaching you. It's a powerful Facebook magic trick. So with that being said, that was a quick overview. Let's dive into each one of these magic tricks one at a time to show you huge value, and hopefully you get a little bit better at Facebook marketing as a result of this training. All right, so let's get started with Facebook magic trick number 1. 7 steps to triple your Facebook engagement. Okay, let's get started with step number 1. The first thing I want you to do is I want you to understand the original Facebook EdgeRank algorithm so you get a basic overview of kind of what's working these days and what used to work. Now, the original EdgeRank algorithm on Facebook used to be edge, affinity, weight, and time. And let me explain what each one of these are. And don't worry, if you think this is complicated or not, don't worry, it's super simple. And this is just for illustration and example purposes because Facebook has changed so much, but it's still so helpful. Okay, so edge, you can basically think of edge as a post. So every time you post something new on Facebook, you're creating a new edge. So the edge is like the content, right? That's the actual post. Affinity measures how close your page's relationship is with each person that's basically interacting with you. So the affinity is like your, it's the relationship. The affinity is the relationship between the user and the edge creator. Okay, the creator of the content and the user of the content, right? The weight is what measures the popularity of your post based on the amount of interaction it's getting. So a ton of comments, a ton of likes and shares, that will give that a lot of weight. So the weight basically is like the popularity of the post. And then time is very, very simply a factor of the older the post, the lower its edge rank gets. So what happens is Facebook's going to show something when it's new. It's going to show it a lot more than a post that's, say, a week old or a month old. Now, you will see some posts resurface, and there's a way to be able to trigger that. But in general, Facebook wants to keep things fresh, new, and current. So that's the basic understanding of EdgeRank. If you didn't already know that, and if you did, that's fine. But there it is. Once again, in recap, the edge is the actual content. That's the you're creating new edge when you're creating new content. The affinity is the relationship between your user and the content. The weight is the popularity of it, the likes and shares and everything. And then the time is basically like the time decay. Over time, things get old. Sometimes they might resurface. But even if they don't, that's basically, you could just always imagine it's going to get lower edge rank over time. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, comment, like, and share. Now, this seems obvious, but I got to put it in here to start out. This is the golden rule of Facebook edge rank, of Facebook engagement. Basically, the more that you personally engage in other content, the more those people are going to see yours. And so if all you're doing is creating content and never engaging on others, you're missing out on a very, very powerful part of EdgeRank, which is get out there and engage with other people. Make sure you give them likes. Make sure you give them comments. Make sure you engage with them. And when you do, when you post something, Facebook's going to be more likely to show it to them because what Facebook's looking for is the relationship between you and that other person. Facebook is looking to show your content to other people that would want to see it. So if you're engaging with people, Facebook thinks they're going to want to see it. Number 3, private messages. And this one is a huge one that most people don't realize, okay? Private back and forth conversations are proven to cause Facebook to show your status updates to those people, meaning that if you reach out to people and they actually have a conversation with you, Facebook takes your relationship to the next level. They say, not only are you friends with this person, but also you guys are friends to the point where you have lots of conversations privately. Okay, so Facebook considers them like, let's pretend they're like a VIP friend, the kind of friend you actually have private conversations with. So I encourage you, have a lot of private messages going all the time. And there's 2 different ways to do this. One is outreach, where you're reaching out to people and starting private conversations with them. And the other is where you're posting and you're telling people to send you a private message for more information, or something where people are reaching out to you for private messages. So both work, but remember, it has to be a back and forth conversation. It can't just be you reaching out to people. It has to be them reaching out back and forth between each other. Number 4, ask questions. So when you're posting status updates, you want to use topics that are trending, that are controversial, that are questions, as well as just basic stuff you actually want to know the answers to. So if there's a question that you have about something, about what you should do, should you make a decision over this, or what should you do, what do you really want to know, or maybe there's something controversial and you want to find out other people's opinions, or maybe there's a trending topic and you want to find out what people's thoughts are on it. Anytime you ask questions, it's the ultimate call to action. It's going to cause people to comment on your post. The more that people comment on one post, the more likely they are to see multiple posts from you. So again, what you're doing is you're basically creating comments You're basically creating a comment wheel where people are going to comment on one post, and now they're suddenly going to start seeing more comments from you. So this is powerful. Figure out creative ways to get people to comment on your posts, and then those people will start seeing more of your posts, as well as their friends might even start seeing those posts. Number 5, identify your post type. Now, this is something that's unique to each person. Which type of posts get you the best engagement? Are they pictures? Are they text? Are they questions? Are they links? Are they videos? Are they short or long posts? What style are you using? Are you using style? Are you using a certain style? So what I want you to do is I want you to go back and look at some of your most popular posts that get the best engagement and get the best exposure. And I want you to look back and go, what type of posts are they? Now, let me give you a quick little tip. When it comes to links, you may not get a lot of engagement on a link post, but you might get a lot of clicks. So you're going to need to look at the analytics to really understand this. When you post a link post, barely any engagement, but sometimes you might get even 50 or 100 clicks, even though you might only get 5 likes. So you really need to look at all the data. But after a while, you're going to start to realize, wow, Facebook really gives you a lot of exposure. Now, for me personally, it's text. When I do a text-only post, and perhaps even ask a question in it, that's when I get the most popularity, the most engagement. So it's going to be different for everybody. I see a lot of people do it with pictures. So find out what your post type is, identify that, and then do more of that type of post. Number 6, revive your old status updates. Now here's a little hack that not a lot of people know about. But when you comment on old status updates that you made, you can actually bring them back to life and get them recirculating in the newsfeed. Now, you might notice this. You might think it's pretty odd, right? That suddenly in your newsfeed, you're seeing a post that's like a year old or 2 years old. Why is Facebook suddenly showing this post? Well, if you look closer, you may realize somebody recently commented on it. So even though it's like a year old, somebody commented on it. And so Facebook sort of sees that, hey, this post is revived. Maybe some people want to see it. And that's so popular. So what you can do is you can go back to some of your old pictures, some of your old posts, and make sure to just even if they're a year old or 2 years old, just go in there and recirculate them. Okay, even if you just did this once per day, revive one old post once per day, that will get you so much more exposure in the newsfeed. It's crazy. So don't think that just because a post dies, that it dies forever. You can literally revive it and you can bring it back to life, whether you update on it or somebody else posts a comment on it. And then number 7, the best time of day to post. You can actually figure it out and figure out when the best time of day to post is for you. So it's different for everybody. What I want you to do is I want you to review some of your previous popular posts, and I want you to identify which time of day tends to get the best engagement for you on your posts. And this has there's a lot of factors that go into this. For example, Facebook doesn't always show your post to everybody right off the bat. So you might think, oh, I'll post in the morning because that's when most people are online. But that's not really how it works. Facebook has an algorithm where they tend to drip your post out to people. So sometimes posting at the night might get you the most engagement. So plus on top of that, you have followers that are different personalities. You have followers that are morning, wake up in the morning. You have followers that stay up late at night. Plus you might have people in different countries, not just locally. So it's different for everybody. So there is no specific time of day you need to post, but you need to look at your post and go, okay, wow, here's 4 or 5 of my most popular posts. What time of day did I post those? And you might be able to crack that algorithm where you realize if I post something at 3 p.m. in the afternoon, Facebook drips it out perfectly and gets it a lot of exposure. That's a way to be able to crack the algorithm code. So again, there's 7 simple steps right there to be able to double or even triple the engagement of your Facebook posts. If you can go ahead and harness the power of all 7 of those and start creating amazing content, start creating things that people want, and actually go out there and solve people's problems too, you guys. Your posts should go out there and be helpful to people so that they want to share them, obviously. But these are 7 little hacks. I hope you've enjoyed that as part of my very first hack here to be able to help you double or triple your Facebook engagement. All right, let's talk about Facebook magic trick number 2. How to create a custom newsfeed for your niche. And this could be any niche that you want. It's a pretty cool little technique here. Okay, so number 1, you're going to want to create a fan page for free. It's very simple to do. And you're going to want to log in as that fan page. So first of all, a lot of you didn't know you could do this. I can log in, for instance, as Chris Record on my personal profile, or I can create a fan page called, Real Estate Investors. And I can log in as that fan page as real estate investors. Okay, I can log in as me or as my fan page. So that's the very first thing you're gonna wanna do. Create a fan page for free and then log in as that fan page. So here's a little screenshot that kind of shows how to do that. On the top right, you'll see a little drop down arrow. Okay, when you click that drop down arrow, the very first thing it's gonna say is use Facebook as. Now you need to have at least one other Facebook fan page to do this, but it'll say use Facebook as. It'll have your profile, and then underneath that, it'll have all your fan pages. So I happen to have a lot. So there's another button called See More. And when I click that See More button, it's gonna pull me up a whole list of all of my fan pages. So as you can see here, I really quickly created a fan page called Walking Dead Fan Club. It only took about 1 minute to set up. And there it is. And you'll notice on the right, there's a little button that says Log In. It's that simple. All I do is I click Log In, and then I'm logged in as the Walking Dead Fan Club. And now I can use Facebook as my fan page. Okay, number 2. Next, you're gonna start liking related pages to your niche. Okay, start liking. So you're logged in as your fan page and you're gonna start liking related pages. So here's an example. As you can see that box up on the top right there, I'm logged in as the Walking Dead Fan Club. It no longer says Chris Record. It now has a different profile picture and a different name up there, Walking Dead Fan Club. And so what I do is I just do a search in the search bar for the term, let's say Walking Dead or Walking Dead fans or any Walking Dead keywords, and I make sure that it's showing me pages. And then what I do, since I'm logged in as the Walking Dead, I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna like all of these pages. The reason I'm gonna like these is because if I like these, Facebook's gonna start showing me results from all of those pages. So I'm gonna go through and just start like everything that's related to my niche. Now, when I click that home button, when I click that Facebook icon on the top left, it's gonna show me my newsfeed. Now, at first, when you first do this, it's gonna show you no posts. Okay, so the first thing you have to do is you're gonna have to click the like pages button to start filling this up. What you're doing is you're basically going to Facebook and saying, hey, here's a bunch of pages I like. Please show me posts from these pages. Okay, so when you click like pages, it's gonna give you a bunch of suggestions. And this is really good because as you can see here, my fan page is called the Walking Dead Fan Club, but suddenly Facebook is presenting me with related shows and actors that are part of Walking Dead and everything. So I'm able to go in here and I'm able to like all of these different pages. And what's gonna happen over time is Facebook's gonna start only showing me posts from these pages and nothing else. It's gonna be pretty cool. Number 3, now your Facebook newsfeed is customized with all that content. So now when you log in, you can start seeing content, but only when you're logged in as that page. For example, right now when I go and I click Facebook, and I can even go and see most recent stories, look at that. Already, instantly, I'm able to start seeing posts related to that topic. So, when you log in, you're seeing posts from your friends, okay, and maybe pages that you like and stuff like that. But when you log in as your Facebook fan page, you're able to create a custom newsfeed on anything. So imagine if you just want to log in and learn about real estate investing, let's say. Well, create a fan page about real estate investing, then go in and like a bunch of pages about real estate investing, and now you've just created a total custom newsfeed with everything that you want to know about real estate investing all in there, totally organized, very, very specific. Very cool, right? Number 4, you can find relevant info to your niche from these Facebook posts, right? That's the big thing. That's what I want to end with, is the fact that you can go in there and you can start studying and researching. For example, look what showed up immediately. The Walking Dead Fan Club immediately posted a shirt right here that said, just survive somehow. Now, if you guys are fans of The Walking Dead, you know that the very last show ended with a girl that had this kind of written, in a couple places. Just survive somehow, this JSS, right? This is a big theme now going in the show. So if these people were fans of The Walking Dead, instantly, they would be very, very interested in this topic. And if you read the comments of that post, everybody's saying, oh my gosh, I want one of these. Well, suddenly, just in a matter of minutes, I was able to create a custom newsfeed of all this Walking Dead stuff. This gives me valuable stuff that I can share on my page. It gives me valuable ideas for how to monetize the page, and it shows me what other fans like. I'm able to quickly go in there and be able to learn all that. So I really thought that you guys would enjoy this powerful technique on how to literally customize news feeds based on your niche. And you can do this for in as many niches as you want because Facebook is unlimited. They allow you to create unlimited fan pages. There's literally no end to the power of this tool that is now in front of you as a resource. So I hope you've enjoyed this powerful Facebook magic trick. All right, let's talk about Facebook magic trick number 3. how to unlock Facebook posts so that you can add a call to action to them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk through a few basic slides to give you an idea here. Now, this is going to be relevant to some people and not relevant to others. This is mostly for people that advertise on Facebook. But if you've ever run into a situation where a post is locked and you don't have the ability to edit that post, this might be very helpful to you. All right, number one, posts that are advertised are locked and they're uneditable. So basically, in a nutshell, what happens is that when Facebook sees a post that is advertised, that post is automatically locked and it's not able to be edited. If there's an ad that is hooked to a post, then it locks down that post. Number two, you must unhook all ads attached to that post. Okay? This is the only way. So if you have a post that is locked down because you're advertising it and you want to edit that post, you have to unhook all the ads that are attached to that post. Number three, pausing won't work. You must disconnect them. And this is where people get frustrated, is that, like, let's say you have 5 ads that are pointing to a post on your page. Well, if you pause all those ads, you still can't go back in and edit that post later. Now, why would you want to edit that post? Maybe you want to add a call to action. Maybe you want to add a link. Maybe you want to change a link. Maybe you made a spelling mistake. Maybe a date needs to be changed. But you can't edit the post and it's frustrating. You know what most people do? Most people just end up deleting the post. But there's a much better technique. But I want to make sure you understand, pausing does not work. You can't just go in and pause the ads. No ads can point to the post if you want to edit it. Okay? There can be no ads at all anywhere hooked to that post if you want to edit it. But there's a trick. And here's the trick. The trick is to point the ads to another post. So let's say that you have 5 ads pointing to a post on your page and you want to edit that post. Take those 5 ads and change the ad that they're pointing to. So instead of, like, let's say you have one post about soccer and you have one post about baseball. If all 5 ads are pointing to the soccer post, all you have to do is change them so that they all point to the baseball post. Then Facebook will see there are no active posts at all connected to that soccer post. There's none. So now it'll say, oh, okay, you can edit it now. That's the trick. The trick is to take your ads and point them to another post. Then the post will become editable instantly. As long as there are 0 ads pointing to that post, suddenly it will become editable. Like I said, this won't matter for everybody, but for some of you that get into Facebook advertising, and if you're not now, you probably will in the future, this is going to be a nifty little tip because people just scratch their heads, they get frustrated, they don't realize how this works. Okay? As soon as you disconnect the ads and point them somewhere else, suddenly the post will become editable instantly. Then, after editing the post, you can point your ads right back to it. So you might temporarily just point your ads to another post, then edit the original post, and then point the ads back to it. Very, very simple. That's the whole thing. You have to unhook them. And this is the best way for you to be able to add or change a call to action in your posts. So for me, for example, I like to place a post. I like to basically publish a post to my page. I like to place ads to it. And then I like to add different calls to action and see what works. And if a call to action is not working, I want to edit it and change it. Well, this is the best way to be able to change those calls to action. Now, a lot of people ask, is there another way to do it? Is there even simpler way to do it? There is, and I'll show you that alternate way. Alternatively, you can delete the ads as well. So the other option is if I have 5 ads pointing to a post, I could always just go into my Facebook Ads Manager and completely delete those ads. If I delete those ads, they do not exist anymore, and there's now no ads pointing to that post. The problem with deleting the ads is that you're also going to delete your data. If you delete your ads, you're not able to go back in there and look at them to be able to see data on them later. I like to keep all the data in my account. So I don't really like to delete my ads. So I had to find a workaround. And what is the workaround? In summary, the workaround is if there's a post on my page that I cannot edit, I'm going to go into my ads manager and I'm going to disconnect any ads associated with that post. If I want to keep the data in my account, then I'm going to point those ads to another post. I'm going to go in and edit them and point them to another post and then save. Okay? Now I've freed up that post. Now that Facebook sees there's no ads connected to it, suddenly the edit button will reappear. This is a very, very helpful technique. And if you need to edit a lot of posts at once and change the destination of a lot of posts at once, you can do it by going into Power Editor. And you can simply highlight all of the ads that you want to edit, inside of Power Editor, and then change the destination, and then republish all those ads. It is that simple. Again, in a nutshell, log into Power Editor, highlight all the ads that are pointing to that post, and edit those ads, change the destination, and republish them. As soon as you do that, Facebook goes, oh, okay, you're no longer advertising that post, so you can edit it. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this Facebook hack. For some of you, that you guys are going to say, thank you, thank you, thank you. I was so frustrated trying to figure this out, and I just made it easy. So I'll see you guys on the next magic trick. All right, let's talk about Facebook magic trick number 4, how to customize your Facebook group chat conversations. And again, some of you might not even be using Facebook group chats, but I think after today, you're probably going to start. And you're going to want to know how to customize these to say nice and neat and organized. So let's get started. Number 1, create a group message by adding multiple people to it. That's the very first thing you're going to want to do. So when you go to start your messages on Facebook, when you're doing a private message, you'll notice a little icon to be able to add more people to it. So just go ahead and do this with like one of your friends, okay? Go get 2 of your friends, let's say, and start a 3-way message group on Facebook just so you could see what it's like. So you can go through this experience once, okay? Start up a conversation with one person on Facebook, and then go ahead and add another person to that conversation. It's simple, it's easy, it's free, no reason not to at least experiment with it. Number 2, edit the conversation name for each group chat. So the very first thing you're going to want to do, and I'm going to show you in a second what that looks like, but you're going to want to edit the conversation name. Okay, so because it's going to default to a kind of a weird name where it just shows everybody's names that's in that group. Well, you might have a topic that you're chatting about. Like, let's say you have a product launch coming up. You might have you might call it that. Or let's say that you guys are talking about your fantasy football thing or whatever. You might call it that. Whatever the topic is that you're having a group conversation about, make sure to edit the conversation name for that. Number 3, edit the profile picture for each group chat. Because what's going to happen is Facebook is going to show you a split picture of a random couple of people in that group. And it's just very difficult when you're scrolling through your newsfeed. It's very difficult to be able to see that. And I'm going to show you how to be able to edit the profile picture for each group chat. Number 4, now you can easily view group chats at a glance. When you're scrolling through all your Facebook messages, now you're able to quickly see which ones are group chats and which ones aren't. Number 5, you can stay organized with mini conversations. I have as many as of about 150 group conversations going. Once you guys understand the power of group conversations, you're like never gonna do it the same, okay? So let me go ahead and give you a screenshot and walk you through some of this. So here's an example inside of my Facebook inbox. So I'm gonna give you an example of 2 different ones. There's one conversation that's called the 3-0 conversation. That is about a product that I have called 3-0. So I have a product, and the title I chose to choose was 3-0 dash, and then the people that are in the chat. So at a glance, I know the topic right off the bat in all caps. And the second thing you'll notice is a profile picture there on the left that says 3-0 Club. So I basically just took a random image and put that in there, 3-0 Club. And you can put it as anything you want. So instead of looking at a person, I'm actually looking at an image. Now look at the one below it on the left. You'll notice I have another group conversation with Jimmy and Andrew. That's the way Facebook normally shows it. They show a split picture of Jimmy and a split picture of Andrew, and it just says the names Jimmy, Andrew. So you have no idea what the conversation's about. And if the conversation has more than 2 people, it's very confusing how many people are in and who's doing what. And so it's so much easier just to create a little square image or something symbolic of that, so you know when you want to add something to that group chat, you're very easily able to find it by scrolling through really quickly and finding it at a glance. So it's this simple. Over on the right side, you see those 3 arrows, right? There's that little kind of sprocket icon right there, and all you have to do is click that icon when you're in a message with somebody, and you'll notice you can add people, you can edit the participants that are in, you can edit the conversation name, such as if you want to give it a topic, such as, sports or whatever company you're in or whatever your team is that you're in or whatever it might be, edit the conversation name and then edit the conversation picture. These are tools that are very, very helpful. Some of you might not be using them. In fact, I'm going to venture to say most of you probably aren't even using these, and they're a very, very, very powerful tool. So I really hope that you guys decide to take advantage of this. The power of being able to use Facebook group chat and be able to customize it to be able to absolutely take your business to the next level. Okay, I'll see you guys in the next hack. All right, let's talk about Facebook magic trick number 5, how to debug your posts and clear your Facebook cache. Now, some of you might be thinking, that sounds a little advanced. But some of you techies, you might be absolutely loving this. You're like, debugging and clearing cache, this is awesome. Well, let me just explain that most people don't realize that Facebook actually has this elaborate system that makes it difficult for your posts to look good. And in this module, I'm going to show you a trick to be able to make your posts look good every single time, and you're going to love me for it. So even though it sounds complicated, you can absolutely love what you're going to learn in this magic trick. All right, let's get right into it. So first things first, Facebook uses a caching system to improve loading speed. What that means is that they're storing a version of your post or your website or everything. They're storing that version so that when a user comes and sees a preview of your site, Facebook doesn't want to have to go to your site and see what's new there. They use what's called a caching system. They store an old version of your site. They do that to make sure the site loads fast, and that's why Facebook loads so fast. But you have to understand that. You don't have to understand how it works, but you have to understand that Facebook is usually showing an old version of your page or your post. That's why posts don't always share correctly. That's the main reason behind it. If you're ever wondering, like, why I'm trying to share my blog post or I'm trying to share my website and it doesn't look as good as other sites look. Well, that's the reason why. The good news is that there is a tool that can refresh the Facebook cache. There's a tool that you can use that can actually show Facebook the newest version of your posts and your website. And this tool is going to become your best friend. The tool is called the Facebook Debugger. The Facebook Debugger, formerly known as the URL linter. Okay, very technical terms that Facebook chooses to use. It's technically a developer tool, but trust me, if you are a blogger or you are a marketer or you ever use services like ClickFunnels or Leadpages or SmartMember or Bridgepages or WordPress or any websites at all like that, if you use just a basic WordPress blog even, you're going to need this tool. Okay, here's what the tool can do. You can run links through this debugger and you can update them. You can basically say to Facebook, hey, I've got a better version of this post or a better version of this page. Please show this new version instead. Okay, that's how cool it is. So with that being said, let me show you how to find this tool and how to use it. All you have to do is go to Google and do a Google search for the word Facebook Debugger. Facebook Debugger. And as you can see right there, it should be the very first result that pops up. Debugger, Facebook developers. That's the one that you want to go to. That's the tool. It's very easy to search and find in Google. The tool looks like this. It just pulls up the developer's version. It pulls up and it says enter a URL, access token, or Open Graph Action ID. Again, it sounds complicated, but look at the first part. Enter a URL. Enter a link. That's all you have to do and click debug. Okay, I'm going to show you a little bit more about this in just a second. Number 6, edit your post with new Facebook metadata, then debug it. So what this means is go to your WordPress blog post or your ClickFunnels page or your SmartMember site and update those pages to give it a thumbnail and a title and a description. Basically tell it what you want to show on Facebook. Okay, when somebody shares your page on Facebook, what thumbnail do you want them to share? What title do you want them to share? And what description do you want them to share? This is called Facebook metadata. And if you don't know about it, you can do a Google search. And most of these sites provide it for you. Like if you use ClickFunnels, they have an area where you can update your Facebook metadata. If you use SmartMember, there's an area to update your metadata. So if you need help, you can always do a Google search and just write that down for now, Facebook metadata. So let's take a look at an example of a post, how it shows up in a way that I don't like it. So here's an example. I created a site called billiards.smartmember. It's a site that's supposed to be about playing pool, playing billiards. But what happened was a site like SmartMember or whatever site just has a default thumbnail that just says SmartMember, and then it just takes a default name, Pool Trick Shots, and then no description. So this is just really boring. At least it has a thumbnail. A lot of times it doesn't even have a thumbnail. Most of the time it's even worse than this. But this SmartMember thumbnail doesn't have anything to do with playing pool. I don't want that one on there. And there's no description, and I could come up with a better title than that. That's just the site title. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this through the URL linter. I'm going to take that URL and I'm going to go billiards.smartmember.com. I'm going to paste it in there and I'm going to say debug. And it's going to pull up this page here. It's going to show me the time that was last scraped, the time that Facebook last saw that page was July 12th. Well, right now it's October, right? So that's July, then August, September, and October. That was 3 months ago. That's when I first created that site 3 months ago. So think about it. This site might have changed a bunch. All the posts might have changed, but Facebook has a version that is 3 months old. No wonder it looks that way. So what I'm going to do, and this example is with SmartMember, but you can do the same thing with WordPress or any other service. What I'm going to do is I'm going to log into SmartMember, and I'm going to edit my Facebook sharing settings. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to edit a new title, a new description, and a new share image. Okay, so I'm going to create an image that looks cool, that has to do with playing pool, playing billiards, and I'm going to give a better title and a better site description so it looks better when I share it on Facebook. Okay, then I'm going to press save. So what I've done is I've gone to my site and I've updated my Facebook sharing settings. And it's different with each site you use, but you can always contact support of the sites you use and find out where you can do this. Then I'm going to go back to the debugger and I'm going to put that URL in again, but this time I'm going to press fetch new scrape information. Of those two buttons there, I'm going to press the one that says fetch new scrape information. And as you can see, it shows the time scraped was 2 seconds ago. So instead of 3 months ago, it now shows that it was scraped 2 seconds ago. So now it has a new version. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Facebook and I'm going to now paste that in there. I might have to refresh Facebook a couple of times for it to work, but I'm going to go to Facebook and I'm going to re-put it in there and check out how it looks. The one on the left, remember that? Now look at it, the one on the right. That's the difference. The one on the left, it just had SmartMember pool trick shots. The one on the right, it has a beautiful thumbnail with a pool table. Click here to join. It says 100 plus amazing pool trick shot videos. Underneath that it says, do you love pool and billiards? Join our community for free. Get access to 100 plus pool trick shot videos instantly. Okay, all I had to do, and I can even erase the link now. I don't even have to show billiards.smartmember.com because it looks beautiful. So this gives you full control over your posts. You can take ugly posts and make them beautiful by doing this. This is such a powerful tool, something I strongly suggest that every single one of you do. Number 7, your links will look so much better if you do this. Okay, if you start doing this, your links will start looking powerful. You'll be able to experiment. And if a link is not working, you can go in, you can change the title, change the description, and change the thumbnail. Okay, this is going to make a big difference in the way your links look. And you're going to want to use this tool every time you update your posts. So if you go in and you update a blog post, or you go add a better thumbnail, or you go change the description, or whatever it might be, anytime you make a change to a page, you're going to want to use this URL linter, because if that page is ever shared on Facebook, Facebook's going to share the old version of it. So a good way to test it is when you make an update, post it on Facebook. And if it doesn't look right, use the debugger tool. This allows you to show links without the URLs. How cool is that? See, normally when you go onto Facebook in your status update, you have to post a URL in your status update. Well, that looks bad. What happens if you do it this way is you post the URL and Facebook will auto-populate it with a thumbnail, a title, and a description. And then you can erase the URL. So now you just have a beautiful looking post. Okay, this is a great way to start making Facebook look beautiful. It's better for marketing and it's better for Facebook ads. If you're using Facebook ads, this is absolutely a no-brainer. So hopefully this little introduction to the Facebook debugger tool has been helpful. And hopefully now you start to have a little bit better of an idea as to how to be able to make your posts look a lot better. How to be able to make your posts look better in the Facebook newsfeed. So I hope you've really enjoyed this, and I hope you're really enjoying this little mini course. So with that being said, I'll see you on the next trick. All right, let's take a look at Facebook magic trick number 6. How to create custom friends lists and how to create custom news feeds based on those lists. So number 1, you can create private friends lists very, very easily. And I'm going to give you a link to be able to do this. So if you are not currently creating friends lists on Facebook, this is something you should start doing immediately, at least with all new friends that you make, and write down this link so you can reference it later. The link is facebook.com/bookmarks/lists. Okay, facebook.com/bookmarks/lists. You're definitely going to want to write this down. Okay, when you create this, it'll take you to a page that looks like this. This is an example sort of some of my friends list right here. And you'll see I've got Build, Grow, Scale live conference attendees. Those are people that I met at a recent event, put them into an attendees list. That's so that I can stay in touch with them later and stuff like that. JV managers of product launches. This allows me to get in touch with them anytime that I've got communications that I want to promote something, or I want somebody to promote my stuff. Network marketing leaders. That's one of the demographics that I target and work with. T-shirt sellers. That's another one. Teespring, Viral Style Represent. So I find people that are selling T-shirts. Like, let's say somebody posts a screenshot of a T-shirt that they're selling or something like that, and they're having success with it. I'll go ahead and hover over their name and add them to a friends list of T-shirt sellers. Same thing with Shopify sellers and other stuff like that. Udemy course creators, all this kind of stuff. You can see it goes on and on and on. So this allows you to laser target your Facebook marketing. That's what Friends List allows you to do. It allows you to laser target your efforts and your focus. And you can share your posts directly with your lists. So you can create content and actually share it directly with any specific list you want. And some of you may not be doing this, and you're missing out on a great Facebook feature sitting there right before your eyes. For example, let's say that I go to my Facebook profile right here, and I want to post something. Well, if I click on that public button right there underneath my status update, it gives me some options. But what I want to do is I want to click the more options. Okay, I want to click the part that says more options. And you see right there, look at how many options are available to me. I can go through all of those friends lists right there, and I can make a post to any one of those specific friends lists. Okay, so I can choose any one of those, and I can choose even create multiple custom lists. So let's just say, for example, that I wanted to choose my Dark Post Profits affiliates. I want to do something that is a post that I really only want affiliates to see. Well, I could do something like this, Here's the post, I write that in there, and look, Dark Post Profits affiliates are the only group of people that are able to see this post. So now, my family doesn't have to see this. So let's say I want to post a screenshot showing the top 10 of people in my JV contest or something. I might not want my family to see that or want other people to see that. So if you ever have content that you want to segment to different lists, this is exactly how you do it. Now, not only that, but you can create custom news feeds with your lists. So similar to what I showed you earlier in one of the hacks, I showed you how to do this with fan pages. You can do this with your own personal profile as well. For example, Build, Grow, Scale Live conference attendees. So what I'll do is I'll go to a conference and I'll meet 20, 30 people or whatever, and I'll add them as friends on Facebook, and then I'll add them all into a friends list, BGS Live or whatever, and then now I have a custom newsfeed with all these people. So directly following an event, I can stay in touch with them on Facebook and I can keep them fresh. So all I do is I jump over here to the BGS Live conference attendees list, and I see what posts that they're posting, and I can basically I can make a status update directly to only this friends list, or I go in here and I can engage with them. It's such a powerful little hack that most people don't know about. And this is the perfect way to separate work and family posts. You can create a custom thread that is only a custom friends list that's only family, or a custom friends list that's only work. And that's a great way to be able to use one profile, but be able to separate work and family. Okay. It's also perfect for posting your business stuff separately online. If you want to do like biz ops stuff, or you want to do different stuff like that, or team stuff, maybe you're on a network marketing company and you have 50 people in your team. Well, you might want to make status updates that are specific to them, but you don't really want other people, seeing multi-level marketing stuff or whatever. It's just a great way to be able to separate it all. It's also the perfect way to stay in touch with private groups. Like I told you about the conference attendees, it's the great way to be able to do that. If you want to stay in touch with groups of people, maybe you set up something called product launchers and you're a product launcher yourself. It's a great way to be able to stay in touch with that private group and make sure you're commenting and liking their threads and stuff like that so you stay engaged. And it's also a great way to be able to increase engagement with your newest connections. Because if you make a brand new Facebook friend and then instantly they're in some sort of a segmented list, you can go and engage with them, and then they'll be more likely to see your content when you post as well. It's a great way right there to be able to improve your edge rank and to be able to get more Facebook visibility of every single thing that you do. So this is just a powerful technique. And again, number 10 here, add friends to favorites to quickly view posts. What that means is when you do create a friends list, there's the option to be able to add it to your favorites list. You can make that your favorite list. It'll show up on the top left of your Facebook every single time that you log in. And that way you can quickly remind yourself to go visit your friends frequently. So listen, there's 100 other benefits of having friends list and organizing this way. But I hope you've enjoyed this quick and simple, effective little hack to be able to create friends lists, create custom news feeds on those friends, and to be able to stay engaged with them based on those lists as well. So I'll see you in the next hack. All right, let's look at Facebook magic trick number 7. How to reverse engineer and spy on Facebook advertisers. Now, this is going to be a fun one. So number one, when you see Facebook ads in your newsfeed, you can actually click to see the targeting. You can click to see how you were targeted. This lets you reverse engineer their targeting. It lets you to be able to see how they are targeting you, what keywords you're using, what everything they're using, right? You can find the keywords, you can find the audiences, you can find all this stuff that are actually hidden with 1 to 2 simple clicks. And you can study their precise targeting skills. So you're going to be able to see big companies, small companies. You're going to be able to see friends. And what's cool is you're going to be able to see people that are targeting you with basic audiences, or people that are targeting you because you're like in a lookalike audience, or people that are targeting you because you're in a custom audience that they uploaded. Maybe if you opted into somebody's site, it's just cool data. It's data that's going to help you, right? It's going to help you get better as a Facebook advertiser yourself. Plus, it's free and it's simple to do, and it only takes seconds. So with that being said, let's kind of jump right into it. When you see an ad in your newsfeed, like this one right here by Coursera, all you have to do is click that little icon on the top right of the post. So there'll be a little down arrow on the top right of the sponsored post. So first you have to look and make sure it says sponsored, like this one says. And then on the top right, you click the little down arrow. There'll be an option that says, why am I seeing this? So you simply click that option, and then it'll pump up right here and it'll say, one of the reasons you're seeing this ad is because Coursera wants to reach people interested in blank, Lynda.com, which is lynda.com, which is basically a popular website, right? So I have some sort of an interest in lynda.com. Maybe I've liked the page, maybe I've talked about it. I'm not sure exactly how Facebook feels that, but I definitely do have an interest in lynda.com, so it's relevant. So Coursera is advertising to people that are interested in lynda.com. Now listen, I hadn't thought about advertising to that. So right off the bat, I learned something about new people I can reach just by reverse engineering. So it gives me ideas for new keywords, okay? Here's another example. Here's Fundbox. And again, I see it's a sponsored post. So I go over here to why am I seeing this? And right there it says, why are you seeing this? Because Fundbox wants to reach people who are similar to their customers. We think you're similar based on what you do on Facebook, such as the pages you've liked and the ads and posts you clicked on. So they're looking for similar audiences, lookalike audiences and stuff like that. So Fundbox is really trying to go broad here and just trying to reach people outside of their basic metrics and basic keywords. Now here's another example. Billie Jean is marketing. Same kind of thing, right? Here's a sponsored post, and I always want to jump in and say, why am I seeing this? I'm seeing this, one of the reasons you're seeing this, because Billie Jean Marketing wants to reach people who have visited their website, right? Who have visited their website. This is a retargeting ad. So I know that I'm being retargeted by this ad. So again, it's super simple. You just go to the post, you click on the top right, the down arrow, and you simply say, why am I seeing this? When you start seeing sponsored posts, make sure you do this, because it's going to show you a bunch of cool stuff, and it's going to help you as a Facebook advertiser be able to start reverse engineering, reverse marketing, and be able to see what keywords are powerful out there and how you are being targeted yourself. It's one of the best ways to learn. So I hope you've enjoyed this little hack. All right, so there you have it. There were 7 powerful Facebook magic hacks, right? I really hope you got a lot of value out of this training. We've been in a hurry. We had some crazy stuff go on earlier over here. When we were doing the golf thing, security kind of came and gave us a hard time. So we've got to kind of wrap this training up, and I got to get home and stuff like that. In fact,
Chris, we gotta go right now.
Still out there, actually. Crap. We gotta go. Let's go. Let's go.